Hi, Brandi here from the Support Center again. Today I'll be doing sessions 5 and 6 of safety planning. Session 5 is common questions about domestic violence and the cycle of violence. And then session 6 is the actual safety plan itself, where it's written out and some of the stuff that we write down in there and whatnot. So I'll show you my screen here as I read along, and then if there's any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me directly. I will leave my contact information in the comments below. And then there's also a video that I will add in the comments if you'd like to go and watch that. It would be a great one. And like I said, our advocates are available every day of the week, 24 hours a day. So if you are ever in need or know of anybody, or you need help helping somebody, just give us a call, okay? So let's get started in session 5. So here are some common questions about domestic violence. So number 1, the question is, is domestic violence a learned behavior? Answer is yes. Domestic violence is a learned behavior. Some abusers learn this behavior from witnessing it as a child. Others learned it from social examples of abuse and oppression. And abusive behavior is also a chosen behavior used to gain power and control. Fortunately, appropriate behaviors can also be learned and can replace abusive behaviors. Number 2, can someone who is abusive change? The answer is yes. Abusers can change, but change is not an easy process. An abuser may have been using violent behavior for some time to gain power and get away with what they want. They may also be in denial and be blaming the other person or other people or other things for their behavior. Systems of accountability, personal commitment to change, and certified batterer intervention programs can help an abuser change their harmful behavior over time, but it is a work in progress. It's a lot like addiction, one day at a time. Number 3, am I to blame for my abusive partner's behavior? Absolutely not. An abuser makes the choice to be violent regardless of the circumstances. So they do not simply snap or lose control because of something the victim has done or said. Rather, they know who to hurt, where to hurt, and how much to hurt to get what they want. Men or women in batterer intervention programs, when they become honest with themselves, admit that they blame their partner and stress or other factors to justify their abusive actions. Next, what if my partner apologized? The batterer may promise to end the violence, go to therapy, buy presents, or talk to their religious leader. These promises typically happen when they are attempting to get their partner to stay in the relationship. However, the batterer usually repeats the abusive behavior again. Statements of apology and remorse are often just another way to maintain control. A batterer can change by taking full responsibility for their behavior, stopping the abusive behavior, and enrolling in a certified batterer intervention program, also called Domestic Violence Perpetrator Treatment Program. How do I know if my abusive partner is changing? Trust your instincts. Answering yes to the questions below indicate that an abusive partner or person has taken steps to change. Have they completely stopped saying or doing things that frighten you? Can you express anger towards them without being punished for it? Does it feel safe to bring up topics that you know upset them? Can they listen to your opinion and respect it, even when they disagree? Can they disagree without being abusive or domineering? Do they respect your wishes about sex and physical contact? Have they stopped expecting you to do things for them? Can you spend time with your friends without being afraid that they will retaliate? Can you do other things that are important to you, such as go to school or get a job? Are you comfortable with the way they interact with your children? Do you feel safe leaving your children alone with them? Do they respect your wishes about the relationship? And do they listen to you? Some signs that a batterer is not changing. Do they blame you for having to attend batterer intervention program? Sorry. Do they tell you that you're abusive? Are they pressuring you to go to therapy for yourself or couples counseling for the two of you? Do they tell you that you owe them another chance? Do they say that you can't change without your support? Do they try to get you or the children to feel sorry for them? Do they make the abuse sound a lot less than it really is? Do they expect something in return from you for the fact that they are attending a batterer intervention program? Are they pressuring you to make up your mind about the relationship or get back together? And are they pressuring you to drop the protection order? And last, should I stay with my partner? Only you can answer this question. No matter how you answer the question, it is critical you plan for your safety and that of your children. Domestic violence advocates in your community can help you develop a safety plan and can provide support. The community agencies listed in the resources section of the handbook, which I can send to you if you'd like, can provide free and confidential advocacy services to you. If you decide that you want to leave the relationship, it is very important to plan for your safety, as leaving can be a very dangerous time. A batterer who wants the power and control over you will feel like they are losing that control when you leave. They may become even more dangerous. Planning for your safety and getting support can make the difference. Okay, and let's go over this cycle of violence. Make it a little smaller. So this is what we like to call the cycle of violence. Often relationships start in what they call the honeymoon phase. This is when the abuser could ignore, deny, or act sorry for the violence. The abuser may try to make up, from a fight with gifts or favors. The abuser may seek pity. This phase is an attempt to draw you in or back into the relationship. Once you're back and everything's fine, and it slowly starts into that phase that we call the tension phase. Everything feels like you're walking on eggshells. There may not be a physical violence, but emotional abuse, threats, and intimidation are present. And fear of violence is often coercive as violence. And then a little while of the tension phase, and then the violence phase comes. The violence phase is where the actual violent episodes happens. It includes physical, emotional, and sexual abuse, and that is when the crime is committed. And then after that act, it goes back into the honeymoon phase where they come and they're apologizing. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I'm going to change. And then it just keeps going through this cycle. So when it's good, you're in the honeymoon phase. You start feeling like you're on eggshells, you're in the tension phase. And then it hits the violence. And then back to the honeymoon phase. So that's kind of the basic cycle of violence between a domestic violence partnership. Okay, and this here is the actual DV domestic violence personalized safety plan that I use to go over with people who are in situations that need, a little extra help. These are just some of the things that we fill out. There's 5 pages of it, and it's something that you can keep on your person or in a safe place, so that if you are getting ready to leave or run or flee or, whatnot, or even just thinking about it, you can have all this information down in a place where you don't have to really think about it. Because sometimes when you're put on the spot, it's hard to think and remember things. So this kind of helps you keep things organized so that you don't have to be constantly thinking about it. You just look at this and everything that you need is on it and kind of guides you to stay safe. So like here, I can use some of the following strategies. Safety during a violent incident. So if I decide to leave, I will blank, like practice how to get out safely, what doors I'll use, what windows, elevators, stairwells, or fire escapes, and stuff like that. Down here, it has, I will leave money and extra set of keys with, have that person on there so that who has that item or who is holding those for you. And it has here, I will tell people who take care of my children which people have permission to pick my children up, the name of the school, babysitter, teacher, religious school leader, other things like that. And then down here, so in step 5, safety on the job or in public places, I might do the following. I can inform my boss and security supervisor at work. I can ask whoever to help me screen my telephone calls and whatnot. Sorry, my phone's ringing. And then down here, this is a section. So this here has a list of things that you're going to want to take with you. So your identification, birth certificates, vaccine cards for your kids, ATM cards, keys, house, car, office, medications, birth certificates, security cards, money, etc. And then here we'll be listing a lot of phone numbers that you'll need. Like I said, and then we'll sign in date and then pick a date that you're going to review it. So like every 15th or every Saturday, somebody, you can take it out, review it, and make sure you update things that might have changed. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for viewing. I'm going to try to do some more videos, maybe some boundary power or anger management stuff. I am new to this whole thing, so I'm trying my best not to make it so awkward. But like I said, I'll leave all my information in the comments below, so if you have any questions or comments or strategies or information that you want to share, please reach out to me. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. Bye.